All right. Night number 5. Golden Glove Project. Still a little tight over the hand. But it needs to be. It needs to be tight. That is absolutely a requirement. All right. But what we need to do is tighten this spot. Yoink. So we need to go 3 rows down and connect, which I can't do with it on. Ugh. Let's get it done. First drop of the night on the second ring. That is a horrible sign. Whew. All right. For those of you new to my channel, I'm a paperclip artist. These rings were all paperclips once upon a time. Whew. And we will be making more rings here in just a second. Second drop already. And I'm about to lose the ring. $67 people. We are getting there pretty quickly. And yes, I know we are not done, but I got to cut some more rings. We're going to get this thing out of the way while I'm doing it. Not a whole lot. We probably don't even need that many. Gonna do 5. We'll do 4. Always 4. Thank you, Grim. See, Grim's known me for... Actually, I think Grim has known me since before I started doing this 16 years ago. And he knows that the answer is always 4. And as Grim also knows, the person who sings every song is only one artist. Correct. Cyndi Lauper sings everything. And we will not get started on the Rice Krispies discussion. I will inform everyone tonight that I unfortunately am stuck working a double tomorrow, which means no live show tomorrow. I'll probably still get some Paperclip videos in, but no lives. And as this gold glove here gets more and more work put into it, I'm left with the desire to turn it into an infinity gauntlet, but we'll see how my followers feel. Little infinity gauntlet chainmail glove, just a little one. Still no fingers. I'm not a fan of fingers. Definitely got to tighten this thing up. I can feel it sagging on the bottom. So what we're going to do here in a second, these last few rows, instead of going straight across, we're going to bring it in like that. Unknown. Time will tell. Realistically speaking, since I have nerve damage, you're always tired. But there's a limit. And a little injury from stabbing myself the other day has healed. Thinking is... I still can't believe we're on night 5 of this glove, and I thought this was going to be a 2-hour project. Simply because I was using such big rings. Really underestimated that one. But it does go a little slower. Actually, it goes a lot slower when I'm doing the lives. Bad cut. Whew. I mean, I prefer making it. I bought rings a long time ago when I was just getting started, just for practice, because I didn't know what I was doing. And I don't know, it makes me feel better to know that from start to finish I did it. Yes, this is all paper clips. Every step of the way it was me, not just store-bought. Nothing to stop y'all from doing store-bought, though. As long as it's not aluminum. I say it every night, and I'm going to keep saying it. I hate aluminum chainmail. No durability. Slightest little bump can break your piece. It is easy to work with when you're learning, though. Right, take this back off. Alright, so normally I would go to this one and this one, but we're not going to do that because we need to start bringing it in. So let's take a look at our other one. Just look for jump ring closer. You can usually get them on eBay for about $5. Depending on material, They'll last a while. I've had this one maybe 10 years. Just bought this replacement a couple days ago. You can tell it started out a whole different color. All right, so we're shooting for this little triangle for the thumb instead of just a slot. The reason for that is so you know which side is the bottom, which is important. Because like I said, every piece has to be contoured perfectly for your hand. Whew. So we're looking for is kind of like to come to a point up here. Then it's going to slit at that point. Come down here, and each of those threads is going to get longer. So this is our top. This is our bottom. We're going to cut this bottom. Well, I'm going to open the bottom. I always love going backwards when you're making a piece, but unfortunately it's a necessity for this. Okay. So what we're going to do is we're going to make a little separating point right there. And we're going to come around. And I'm probably going to end up having to take some of these rings out to tighten it. So I'm just setting this down here. And I might want to go ahead and take those rings out now. Yeah, you know what? Let's take those rings out now and go in 2 levels. Let's see here. Yeah, so we're going to take that in right here at the top and just start from the top. Plus, I'll get more rings that way. Whew. So basically, we're going to move this piece over to replace this one. So we're going to take this set out, and then we're going to open those up. I could cut it, and it would go a lot faster, but I want to save my rings, and I might still need them, so we're going to take them out. Going straight down the middle. Okay, that's one set. I'm going to take out this row too. Evening, Adam. We are making a glove out of paper clips. Well, out of chainmail made out of paper clips. It'll look like a glove here in a minute, but we're doing some adjustments. Last one. Okay. Now I'm going to open these and attach those to this side. One extra. Then we will do another measurement. Honestly, I did not expect this to take as long as it has, but we're on hour 8. A lot of that has to do with the live show, though. It does go a bit slower than live. Quite a bit. But probably 4 hours is what I really would have shot for. I made one big horrible measurement mistake on day 2, which set me back a ways. And I'm going to be kicking myself on that one for a while. Now it's starting to look like a glove again. should be it. We're gonna do a measurement. That ring needs to connect to that one, but I'm probably gonna leave that one off. Yep, we're gonna take this ring off and then measure. We are very slowly turning these paper clips into this glove. And open rings try to hop on. Still got a little bit of leeway. And in order for this to work right, it does have to be very tight. It's a glove made out of paper clips, which may or may not turn into Thanos' Infinity Gauntlet. That wasn't the intention at first, but it's a gold glove, man. I could put a couple of reality stones in there, change out some of the rings to some colored ones. Just spice it up a little bit. Okay, let me go 2 more rows down here. Reconnect our bottom, do another measurement. Connect this one. Behave yourself, ring. Trying to tighten you here. Yeah, not a whole lot of people do have the patience for chainmail, period, let alone paperclip chainmail. Once you get your basic form, you can do a whole lot more measuring. But right now, we're just worried about the basic form. And I'll probably add a couple of rows, just bring it down a little bit, maybe add some more up top. Bring it up to the knuckles. This one just does not set as good as my 3mm. You can't get as fine-tuned on the rings. All right, so I think I'm gonna have to take a row out the top to alleviate that falling down like that. But we're gonna attach our bottom again first. We're turning these into a glove. That's right, I'm gonna keep saying it like that, glove. Because I can. All right, I'll explain that one. My camera is about 1 inch from my face and my mouth. Because unfortunately, I can't turn the camera angle this way and read the comments at the same way. And I have to kind of lean over it to see what the hell I'm doing. So I am right up on this thing. Any other live streamers have a recommendation for stopping that? I am all ears. Drives me nuts, too, when I listen to the replay. Come on, little paperclip. Gotta love one of these bottom ones. Always want to act up on you. There we go. All right, Graham, that's your assignment. Look into how do I do an external mic for live shows. Figure that shit out. Send me a message. Shoot me a text. I spend so much time fiddling with the very bottom ones, because the very bottom ring connectors like to flip over. I'll lay it down here so I can see. One more row. It is the afternoon here, so I'm guessing Europe or Australia, 1 a.m. Gotta be Europe. And I got it in one. Come on, bottom ring. Oops, I forgot to remove this one. That is a bad connection. Better to find them early. A lot easier to fix before you finalize. And fixed. And dropped. And fixed. Farewell. Okay. Yeah, I better do a size test before I connect the rest of these. It's hard to see it underside, but I'm gonna put a finger there. Still a little loose on the top. See how much tighter I can get on the bottom. So that's the one drawback of these big rings. With the little ones, you can get it down to that small of a correction here. This one, you're limited to one ring. Well, 2 ring size. The nature of the job. So there's always going to be a little bit of a gap, but we're trying to minimize it. So we're going to take off 2 sets and see if I can still get into it or not. I want it to be as tight as I can get it without it falling off. And without me not being able to get into it. And this is my least favorite part of building these things. The fine tuning. You are watching a man use paper clips to make a glove. Yeah, that's right. Oh, Lordy. Come on. It's always the end pieces. All right. See if I can still get it on. All right, big improvement in the back. I expect there to be a little jiggle on the backside. Can't be helped. So we're going to connect across. Let's go up. Let's go up to there. I'm going to flip it inside out. Doesn't matter. Going up 3 rows. Evening, Alex. And yes, I do have a weird connection right there, but I don't care at this point. I'd rather have it tight than loosen that up again. Plus, I want to see if this boredom. I'd say boredom is my greatest inspiration. Anybody who tells you differently is lying. I think boredom's the inspiration for a lot of great people. Yes, the thicker the wire and the harder material you use, it does start to hurt. And this is paper clips. In this case, these are 14 gauge paper clips. So 14 gauge galvanized steel. So after a while, you do put some pressure on your hand, it does start to hurt. Welcome back, Karen. I'm originally from New Orleans, Louisiana. I am now currently in St. Louis, Missouri. I've lost count. Third drop, fourth drop of the night. Getting off to a good start. No, United States. This is going to be a very ugly connection, but I'm not too concerned with that right now. Just trying to get the size right. Okay, measurement again. And yes, adding only 1 or 2 rows does make a huge difference. So you do got to keep measuring. No, it doesn't pinch, which means it's still too loose. No, it shouldn't pinch, but I would be happier if it was just a little bit longer. So I am at some point here going to have to lengthen the whole thing. I don't have to disconnect any of this, so I can lengthen it right on there, but let's come down. Maybe 2 more rows. But I definitely need to take some out of the top. All right, I'm going to take 2 more. Getting closer and closer. Yeah, man. Hopefully this doesn't make the top too tight, but I think we'll be all right. Okay, reconnect. Behave. All right, I gotta pull this back so I can look at it a little bit better. Bear with me. Off camera for just a second. Back to the camera slowing me down complaint. All right. This man trying to rickroll comments. It's wrong, man. Can't be rickrolling folks in the comments. I'm alive. And yes, you're going to keep seeing me flip this inside out. The objective is to get your two sides to match. That's why I'm doing that. So I don't know if you can see how that is laid on top of that one. That's what we need to match. That's where the fun comes in on chainmail. Oh, I took one too many rows off. That's why I'm running into trouble. Okay, I just need 3 more on this side. Well, I'm not dropping the one on the left. There we go. Yes, I can say Mason. Mason. Oh, Lordy. There we go. And we are connected again. But hopefully tighter, but not too tight. One more row and we do another test. All right. Yeah, about 10 years back. Still a little loose at the top, but we are running out of rings to tighten it. We've still got a little more. I told you, this is the part I hate the most. The minor adjustments where you got to keep taking it on and off. On and off. 1 or 2 rings at a time so you get to get it right. Okay, so we're going to go. I'm going to mark my clips this time so I don't forget it. I miss where I'm at. And lock that in place. And lock that one in place. And we're going to kill all the ones in between, those 6. Which is what I should have done in the first place, but I was trying to do it the fast way. That is a horrible looking ring anyway, so we're not even saving that one. Bad ring. Shouldn't have put that one on in the first place. Ugly. Okay, 5 more. It is a glove. It is a glove made out of paper clips. Just like this glove, but much bigger rings. and I have not made my other gloves for about 10 years, so I made one big mistake on day 2, which dragged this project out a lot longer than I had hoped. Oh, and I swear I just lost that. That's okay. Didn't have bad luck, I'd have no luck. Reattach. How did that get out? Stay. At the moment, it was. People were talking here a second ago. Maybe you scared them off. It's just a quiet 240 people. They're entranced by the gold. This man done got me rickrolled, I tell you. Two more. And I'm probably going to put those two right back in. But they're going to connect the two sides. Yep. Okay, take the markers off. And another measurement. It is like crochet with paper clips. Come on. All right, we're almost out of play. And like I said, I have to get within 2 rings. That's a loose ring. I'll fix that later. But we're getting there. There's not a whole lot of looseness left. I highly doubt if I take more rings out it'll fit, but we're going to try, damn it. Okay. So right now we are marked between this two. Yoink. Not letting this come loose this time. It is chainmail. 100% is chainmail. All right, so right now we're connected to that. We want to connect to this one now. Instead. So, just to speed this up and so I don't lose my place again, we're gonna cheat and cut and not save these poor little rings right here. I'm sorry, you beautiful gold rings. Yep, 1 second. Let me just get this last little connection on here, and then I will show you how to make the ring. And back off this goes. Tell you, man, that Rick roller is real. Well, I didn't want it to fall off, and I really got it on there. Forget it. 10 cents down the drain. Last one, measurement, and then we'll show how to make more rings. All right, here we go again. This is either going to be too tight, and we got to open it back up, or we are done on the measurements. That's right, that's the chainmail glove shimmy to get it on. Never fails. We are tight. That's what I was looking for. Now we're just going to go down a little bit more ways up there. I'm going to fill in a little bit of the way around the thumb, and this thing is done. Well, unless I want to add more rows on the bottom. And we're going to do the shimmy off. There it is. But yeah, because they're so tight, you got to do that little handshake move. But like I said, this one's got smaller rings, so it's a lot more flexible. It's a lot more like fabric, and you can get the measurements a lot closer. So, rings from Paperclips. Here we go. By demand. Take a paperclip and straighten it out. Get yourself a metal rod. It doesn't have to be this metal rod. It doesn't have to actually be a chainmail metal rod. This little fella right here is a straight rod long pin from Curtains. You can find them in a hardware store in the Curtains section. You can get about 20 of these for a couple bucks. They're cheap. They come in packs. I got a ton of them. But since all the other rings are this size, we got to keep using this one. Wrap it around. You want to try to keep your little coils as close to each other as possible. That means your rings won't be bent. If they start to separate, then you're going to have problems. So then you got a little coil like that. End snips, you can find them next to the pliers in your hardware store. and you got a ring. Nothing to it. Bad cut. Alright, so we now know that's right. Now we just need to go down a couple rows and clean up this mess I made at the bottom when I was measuring. Come on. Get rid of all these rings we don't need. It doesn't have to be even, but it bothers me if it doesn't, if it's not. Come on. He's referring to this little tiny hole, which is now healing from a few days ago when Paperclip jabbed through my finger and alive about halfway through. There were some curse words thrown around. Did not end the live. Kind of like a magic eye puzzle. You just kind of got to like adjust your eyes and look for the connecting points, look for the overlap. In this case, we're going to take out that ring, and we're going to take out that ring, and we're going to use that ring. One. Okay. Take out that one. See if you can see what I mean. Good night. Gonna take out this one. These are all the rings I took out on the top layer earlier when I was tightening it. Now that we know the measurements right. Gonna connect this one. Give it that nice uniform look all the way around. Otherwise, it'll bother me. Don't need this one. See how we're getting that overlap? So if you're pinching the two spots that you want to connect and you see overlap, that's how you know it's the wrong excess ring. So we got two rings doing the exact same spot. Last row, and then that should be it for the top of the hand. And connect. And now our top section is perfectly straight. So we're going to do another measurement. Make sure I don't need to take any of those off for the top part. Give it our little shimmy. I will not stab myself again, I promise all y'all. I can't promise. I still might add another row around top and the bottom. Definitely need the bottom. Bottom's definitely not long enough. I want it to come down to about here. But I got the contour right. Gotta fix this disaster. Ugly. 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 Correct. Ugly. I knew that when I was attaching it, though. I just wanted to get that part done. Still flexible. Got a little bit of leeway in the middle there. Make the fist. No leeway. That's what I'm looking for. It's acceptable. I don't want to get any tighter than that or it won't work very well. I'm looking for any incorrect rings on the top. I thought I spotted one earlier. There it is. Right there. Try to take this off while holding it. Just a bit awkward. I lost it. There it is. I don't know. What would you define as crazy? I love people to give me ideas now. I love ideas. So if you got a crazy idea, don't say giant dragon because I'm already on that. All right, that one fixed. Fix this disaster of a thumb right here. Man, this really was a disaster. What was I doing? That's what I get for rushing. I'm going to avoid the inclination to cut that last ring, even though I really want to, just because I know that measurement's right. Okay, rebuild. Without cutting. Plain old silver. I like my plain old silver. It's easy to work with too. So I do have every color of the rainbow. But with the black ones, you get the rubber starts to break off. With the gold ones, the paint starts to flake off. Silver is just silver, just plain old steel. This thumb is such a mess. Fingers hanging together now. I think the fact that we're about to be finished here kind of makes it feel better. I still do got to decide if I'm going to do this as Thanos Gauntlet, though. That's just a idea. Yeah, that's right. I disconnected it. I told you I wanted to. Sometimes you just get a mess so big you gotta cut it out. All right, so that side has been officially repaired. Got our pattern back. Now I gotta see what's going on with this side, which is all kinds of wonky. Best way to see what's going on with it, grab these top two like it's a little rope, and you can see what you're missing. So in this case, we got two missing right there. Not too bad. Okay. These corner paper clips always drive me nuts. Okay, there we go. One more row. We are moments away from finishing. Grip this again. There we go. Let's see if we can avoid dropping this. really need to get me like a fake hand so I can model this stuff while I'm doing it. Bracelets would work too. I'm gonna do one more measurement here since I disconnected that and broke it up. Yep, still good. Let's see where that's sideways. All right, time to finish. I think 2, 3, and 4. So now we got our little triangle thumb piece, just like on our other ones. We're gonna do a little shimmy. Now, the rest of it's just purely cosmetic. All the measurements stuff is done. Need to add a couple more rows down here because that just looks weird. It's too shallow. But yeah, we're done. We're good. Now the question is, second hand. Here, we'll do the silver for the second hand. Shimmy. I still like the 3mm better. I would be interested to know how the 3mm with the gold would look. Be kind of expensive though, and it would take forever. Big rings aren't bad looking though. See, it definitely catches more though. This one doesn't catch at all. Flip her inside out real quick. Yep, definitely worked better the other way. Missing a couple of rings right there. Got the little palm crease working. Got the knuckles lined up right. That's a little messy. But yeah, we're just on fine tuning now. So I might add another couple rows going around it. Maybe do a half finger. Add some more on the bottom. But I'm taking a break, y'all. Hand resting time. May or may not be back on a later night with another live. I have not decided yet. Depends how much it bothers me that has too short. It's probably going to bother me a lot.